Greetings, I am Soulless, and for the past month, I suppose, or longer really, I've been trying to research other heroes, well, other superheroes in the world. As you might expect, it's been kind of difficult because there don't seem to be any. There are some who call themselves superheroes. There's a community of what is called real life superheroes, or rlsh, which doesn't make sense for two reasons. One being they're not super, they're just regular people dressing up as superheroes. And the second one, I completely forget. I had it in my mind and then it's just gone. So yeah, didn't get much sleep last night. Just the way it is sometimes. Anyway, on the subject of real life superheroes, because I'm interested in them, I've been trying to talk with them, or some of them, or some of the more interesting ones, I guess, to find out, their real perspective on why they do it, basically. And for the most part, they're regular people who tend to just do community service, so like, helping the homeless, feeding, clothing, that sort of stuff. And there's also, what's it called, community sort of watch thing, which is protecting the neighborhood from possible would-be thieves or prowlers or whatever, calling the police on certain types. And then there's the people who actually go out and fight criminals, which sounds incredibly dangerous. And I'm in none of those groups at all because I'm real. So yeah, and it's, well, trying to interact with them has been really difficult because a lot of them are just like, I have this superpower, I have this superpower, I can run really fast, and it's a super speed sort of thing, not a human speed thing. And I'm like, can you show me, is this real, A lot of them don't seem to make that distinction. They're just, I guess they're taking on a character format and claiming they have powers and not actually believing it, but just playing a role. So that's annoying. And like I say, doesn't actually make them real superheroes, just makes them, well, I guess if you're fighting crime, it depends on your perspective, but that tends to be a bit of a vigilante sort of thing. Vigilantes are rarely seen as a good thing by the law. But if you're out helping people or saving lives, I can't fault you for that. If you're helping the homeless or doing other community outreach sort of stuff, again, I can't fault you. If you're, doing the other one, what was that? I'd click, but fingers don't really move too well in these gloves. The watch groups, that's something you don't need a super suit for. Though I agree it is something that you might well need a mask for, because people have a tendency to be bad words, basically, if they can get away with it. So yeah, I forget where I'm going with this. So I'm just going to end it here, and yes.